Hi, I am Jay Benham, a museum educator at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, and this is Bridging the Gap, a series of digital art engagements. In this segment, we will be looking at Ottoe Half Chief, husband of Eagle of Delight, and the portrait of John Ridge by Chares Bird King. It will be helpful to have paper and pencil to write with to respond to the activity in this video. Before we start discussing this work of art, let's take a few moments to look at it closely. Start by letting your gaze wander around the work of art, taking notice of some of the details, such as the colors the artist used and objects you recognize in the painting. Please pause the video to give yourself a few moments to look. How many of you have heard about Native Americans? Native Americans were here in North America when the Europeans arrived. We say they, the Native Americans, are indigenous to North America. The word indigenous refers to the original inhabitants of a land. Today, we're going to look at two portraits of Native Americans painted by Chares Bird King. If this artist had not made portraits of these men, we would not know what these Native Americans looked like. You see, these portraits were painted before there were cameras for picture taking. Now that you've had time to look at this portrait from top to bottom and from left to right, let's talk about your observations. Why do you think this artist painted this particular man? What clues has the artist given us to show that he is important to his tribe? What makes you think he may be a leader? What do you think this man's life was like? Do you think he married and had children? Do you think he was considered wealthy by his tribe? Discuss your observations and the evidence of your answers with another student or person. If you're by yourself, write down your observations, evidence, and thoughts. So please pause the Bridging the Gap video for the completion of this activity. Take a few moments and look at this portrait. Look at all the details. Look from the top of the painting all the way to the bottom. Look from left of the painting all the way to the right. Please pause the video to give yourself a few moments to look. This is a portrait of John Ridge, a famous, well-educated Cherokee leader. He signed a treaty with the United States government to move his tribe, the Cherokees, from Georgia to present-day Oklahoma. How is this portrait different from the other Native American portrait, the Ottoe Chief, the one we just discussed, the one in traditional clothing? What does John Ridge's clothing tell us about him? What is he doing? Look at his expression. What does his demeanor tell us about him? And what do you think he's thinking? Discuss your observations and evidence of your answers with another student or another person. If you are by yourself, write down your observations, evidence, and thoughts. Please pause Bridging the Gap video for the completion of this activity. We have seen two portraits of Native Americans by Chares Bird King, Ottoe Chief, husband of Eagle of Delight, and Portrait of John Ridge. Mr. King painted many portraits of Native Americans. These two paintings illustrate the vast difference in the Native population of North America. Thank you for watching. This has been Bridging the Gap from Crystal Bridges.